is Bold TV. Good morning, everyone, and happy new month. Welcome to the beautiful month of March. It is another episode on Bold TV, beautiful, outstanding ladies with disabilities television, powered by Bold Heart Initiative. As you well know, we come to you every Saturday by 10:30 a.m. with amazing topics. For the last few episodes, we've had lifestyle edition where Tomisi showed us how to make vegetable soup. And then we had bold stories featuring Grace, and it's been quite interesting. And today we have another interesting topic. You will learn, you will unlearn, but just stay tuned. Before we start anything and the ladies introduce themselves, please go ahead and call everyone you know so that you can get this as it's coming hot. Welcome back. So our focus of conversation today is opportunity taking. And with me, I have amazing ladies who are going to break it down for you, and I'd like them to introduce themselves.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Thank you, Bold TV, for having me this morning. My name is Florence Marcus. I'm a lawyer. I'm an amputee. I live in Abuja where I practice law. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angelina. I'm a physical disability and the founder of Inclusive Skills Development Initiative, ISDI. I live in Abuja. The sun is too much here. Thank you.
You are welcome. The sun is also sunning us over here. Once in a while, we see speckles of rain, but it's like you see me now, you don't see me again. So you are welcome, Angelina. First time on Bold TV, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Frankie. My name is Oluwatomisi Adeyefa. I'm a visually impaired person. I'm a broadcast journalist, a copywriter, a gender and disability rights advocate. I live in Abeokuta, the state capital of Ogun. Feels good to be here, and the sun is also sunny here. It's sunny us here.
All right, so moving along. So my name is Freki Andreesian. I'm based in Port Harcourt in Rivers State. I am a member of Bold Heart Initiative, the executive director of Faith Care Foundation. I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury, and I'm also a public health professional. And I'll be your host for this episode of Bold TV. So today, if you've seen our flyers, you would know that today our focus of conversation is opportunity taking. But before we dive into it to ask what is opportunity taking, I would like to say to all our online audience that we appreciate you and we thank you for joining us on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Bold Heart Network, and also on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/BoldTV_Bold Heart. Always a pleasure to see those views, see your comments, and hear from you. And if you ever want to write to us, maybe you want to be on the program or you have suggestions or feedback, you can write to us on our email on boldheartsnetwork.info@gmail.com. We will be grateful and excited to read and hear from you. And of course, if you want to support an episode of this program, you are welcome to reach out to any of the co-hosts and we will guide you on how you can be a partner, financial and otherwise. And so back to our conversation. Opportunity taking. Florence, when you hear opportunity taking, what comes to your mind? Unmute and tell us.
Okay, when I hear opportunity taking, what comes to my mind is when I'm presented with a situation, to do what I want to do or what I expect to do, and I appropriate that by doing that thing because I have the opportunity. I didn't want to use the opportunity, but rather use situation. So I feel that is when I am prepared, because for me to even take an opportunity is to prepare myself for the opportunity. When I prepare myself for the situation and the situation presents itself, and I am ready and willing, to grab that at that point. So that's what I can make out of it.
Okay, so to reiterate what you said, so a situation presents itself. It's something that you prepare to take a hold of. And because you're prepared, you're able to jump on it and take the chance on. Beautiful. All right, Angelina, do you want to add to what is opportunity taking?
Yes, thank you so much, Freaky. Like Florence have said, opportunity taking is an advantage, is an opportunity. It's essential more especially for women with disability. When there is an opportunity, you go for it. Always be an alert to get it.
All right. So she said it is an essential, it is important for women with disabilities. And when you see it, you go and you take it. So we've established that opportunity taking or taking opportunities is being presented or having a chance at something, being prepared for it and taking it on. All right, so we'll leave it there, keep it simple at that. And Angelina was talking about almost jumping into why it is important. And I want to ask Tomisin, we've been able to establish that these are chances, these are situations that people take on for either improving quality of life or adding value to their life. Why is it important? Tomisin, this is for you. Why is it important for women and girls with disabilities to take on opportunities? Why is opportunity taking important for WWDs? Go ahead.
There's a proverb in English that says, once an opportunity is lost, it can never be regained. So you can say opportunity is more like a lifeline, a once in a lifetime lifeline or platform that you get. There's a possibility that you don't get it again if you do not take it. So it means that for you not to be left behind, for things, events, trends, successes not to pass you by, for you not to be left behind, for you not to remain where you are, in a bid to add value to yourself, you just must take opportunities when you see them. And opportunities are not always, they don't come like, oh, this is me, or I am opportunity before you. Sometimes it comes where you are not even expecting, where you are not looking at, so because it is something that adds value to your life, because it's something that you've been looking for, you've been waiting for, you are prepared for. Once you grab it, you've had the platform to grow and develop. So another reason for grabbing opportunity is to grow and develop. Another reason is to also present yourself for successes. So if you don't take opportunities when they come, nobody will come and present results to you in your house, so that you don't see other people shining and you say, oh, Florence is just traveling all over the world. Have you taken some of the opportunities Florence has taken to be where she is today? And then, you begin to look at it like it's something insurmountable. So opportunity is there for us to grow and develop. It's there for us not to remain where we are anymore, to add value to ourselves professionally, personally, and otherwise. So those are some of the reasons I can, say at this time why we need to take opportunities as women with disabilities, because nobody will present it to you. Like I said, nobody will bring it to your doorstep. You have to source for it. You have to look for it. You have to hunger for opportunities.
All right, Tomisin, amazing contributions. So to reiterate what she said, and all the points powerful. Number one, she said it will add value. Taking opportunity taking would add value to the life of any woman and girl with disability. Second one she said was that it will bring you growth and development, professionally, personally. She also said it will move you forward, it will advance you. And then she said something that it will present you with successes, meaning that if you take on opportunities, you can count successes in your life. And every woman and girl with disability knows that sometimes you just need a win. A win is a great motivation. So success is a great motivation. Thank you, Tomisin, for that. So while you were speaking, Constance was able to, come in. So Constance, you introduce yourself and immediately you tell us why opportunity taking is important for women with disabilities. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here once again. My name is Constance Neka Onyemechi. Founder and Executive Director, Women and Girls with Albinism Network, and I reside in Abuja. A wonderful topic we're discussing right now, and I think this is something every woman or girl with a disability needs to hear and put into practicality. So to answer the question, why should we take opportunities? One, for me, I think it also helps build your social currency. So, for example, if you go for programs, it is not just because you were selected, but it's an opportunity for you to also grow your social currency through networking. Opportunity can come in diverse ways: seminars, trainings, empowerment schemes. So it helps you build your social currency. And to reiterate what Tomisin had said, it also helps you build your knowledge on certain things. opportunity helps you build your knowledge, understand how the society functions. Like I said, opportunity comes in diverse ways. So, for example, opportunity might come as a training on cybersecurity, for example. And then you take space in that place and you learn cybersecurity. From learning about cybersecurity, you then begin to understand the issues concerning around cybersecurity and how it affects humans. So that in itself helps you build yourself around that space, and also gives you an idea of the problem that is involved and how you can be a solution provider. So as opportunity, it not just only gives you the space to go and build yourself, but in the space of getting that opportunity or having gotten that opportunity, you also begin to think broadly. It expands your thinking capacity. So when you have the opportunity to do certain things, you find out that you begin to use your brain more to reason and speak coherently. And that is what opportunity does for women with disabilities. Let me stop here. Thank you, Freki.
Thank you. Amazing contributions. Your social capital grows. You network, you meet more people, you expand your sphere of influence, and you also are able to add knowledge to existing knowledge. Nobody is a reservoir. You are a conduit, you are a channel. Things should flow. That's what opportunity does for you. It allows people to be able to add value to your life, and it allows you to be able to add value into the lives of others. So we've been able to establish why it is important for women with disabilities. And there's something that I must sound before we progress on our conversation. When we are talking about opportunity taking, because I have seen and I've heard that many persons with disabilities, if an opportunity is not defined in the context of disability, they do not think it is for them. It's interesting to think that a person would want an opportunity to be labeled, take it, persons with disabilities, before the person takes on that opportunity. And that's number one constraint or a limiting factor that women and girls with disabilities, persons with disabilities face when it comes to taking on opportunities. So having said that, I want Florence to add, what are some of the other limitations that you have seen in our community that hinders, as forms a barrier to people taking on opportunities? Florence, unmute us.
Okay, yeah. Freki, just allow me to add just one point to the previous. Right. Yes. Taking opportunity also have the will help you to live independently, because what we also crave for as persons with disabilities, especially women with disabilities, is independence. And there are certain opportunities that comes, with the possibility of making us independent. So for us as women with disabilities and persons with disabilities, I agree that there are sometimes we are a bit mediocre. Some persons live a mediocre life, like, no, this is not for me. That is a setback. But another issue is the fact that we don't even develop ourselves for further opportunities. Like I mentioned earlier, you must be prepared at every point to grab opportunities. You know what you want. You have to take steps. Some of the things is, some of us are lazy. Let me use that word, as blunt as it sounds. We have phones. We rather use them for social media than to use them constructively. You go through the internet, you surf the internet to look for opportunities. We don't look for opportunities. We want opportunities to come to our our doorsteps. No, if opportunities don't come, you have to reach out and open the door for that opportunity by preparing yourself, by taking possible steps to get that opportunity, because some of them will not necessarily be given. You have to take them. So I feel that is one of the limitations, that stops us from getting opportunities. Not preparing ourselves and not taking steps, to take this opportunity, waiting for the opportunity to come our way.
Wow. So Florence just went off the bat and shook the table very violently. That lazy factor where you are waiting for the thing to come to you. I'll also add that it is a level of entitlement that sometimes comes with that space, where we feel that, can they see, shouldn't they bring it to me? And I think if we're able to rise above waiting, that waiting game, waiting for it to come to me. We'll be able to run towards opportunities and take them on. So let me allow Angelina to add her voice to that question. What are some of the constraints, the barriers, and the limitations that women with disabilities face in taking opportunities? Go ahead. Unmute and go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Freaky. Sadly, women with disability face a multitude of obstacles that prevent them from fully seizing opportunities. We have societal and attitudinal barriers. Under this societal and attitudinal barrier, we have stigma and discrimination. So, it brings negative stereotypes about disability. It can lead to discrimination in employment, education, healthcare, and social participation. This can limit access to resources and opportunities. We also have lack of representation. So, women with disability in leadership position is in this aspect is 0% in media and also decision making. So in this aspect now, it hinders opportunities. Now look at the present demonstration, which a position is being given, and we have not seen any woman with disability. And someone there who is not a person with disability is going to speak for a woman with disability. How would that person know? Because they say where you wear your shoes, you know where it pinches. And a person who is a woman and is not a woman with disability will now speak for a woman with disability. So we need a representative woman with disability to represent in the policy decision. And also accessibility. Inaccessibility is also another barrier for opportunity taking. Okay, as a woman on wheelchair and there is a program or a meeting somewhere, and when you go, you see that the place is not accessible and it's upstairs. How do you go and contribute to that kind of environment? So it brings, it hinders opportunity. Then we have societal barrier. Under societal barrier, we have inadequate policies and law. Inadequate policies and law. So in this aspect, a woman with disability, when policy is being made, she's not there. And the law is not being, there's no legal law to safeguard this policy. So it hinders opportunities. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Angelina. Angelina spoke to societal barriers that women with disabilities face. She spoke about attitudinal barriers that women with disabilities face. She spoke to the double discrimination that comes with respect to being a woman and being a person with disabilities. And she also spoke to policies, lack of policies that are gender specific, for the woman with disability. She spoke to failure of implementation of some of the laws currently available that will protect the rights of women with disabilities. And also she spoke to the problem of not being able to sit at the decision-making table to make decisions that affect and influence women with disabilities, to let opportunities be even more for them. So that was a summary of the contribution. I did well. So still adding to this, I wanted Tomi Sim to add her voice to these barriers. And please mention only two. There are very many. I just want us to, because I like how we are doing it. We've done some of the, rhetoric. We've done the one that speaks to persons with disabilities themselves. So you can speak to other barriers. Go ahead, please.
All right. Thank you very much. I would like to speak from the angle of societal barriers, more like institutional barriers. Now, many of the times, even as a woman with disability, when you take on these opportunities and then you probably apply, maybe an online application, you apply, there's no column for you to signify that, okay, I am a woman with disability, and probably they should be able to make provisions for you. There's no column for you to fill that in. And so when you eventually are admitted into such opportunities, you find out that it's not inclusive, it's not accessible for you. And so you gradually begin, something you've been, highly inspired to, you gradually begin to withdraw. Probably you even try to make effort to see how you can be included, and all of that, and it seems not to be working. So that's one major that's another major barrier in seizing opportunity as a woman with a disability. Another barrier is finding resources, be it financial resources, human resources, or any other kind of resources that can help you to grab and sustain an opportunity. Take, for instance, a lot of these days the internet is the in thing, but I can assure you that there are some women with disabilities out there who cannot afford an internet-enabled phone. They can't afford it. And it's because, you would say, oh, it's cheap, but these days, these phones do not come as cheap as they used to anymore. So these are some of the barriers that inhibit women and girls with disabilities from grabbing and sustaining opportunities.
All right, Tomisin, thank you so much for speaking to societal and institutional barriers that may be a hindrance where a person is already biased to women and girls with disabilities. So I do know that if we stay on the challenges, the list will be long because we know the challenges. Barriers are many and we do not discount them. I want to mention a barrier that I know, and even when they call it, and this happens a lot to workers with disabilities, people that find themselves in the professional space. It's called the imposter syndrome, where when you take on an opportunity, you begin to feel that you are inadequate. Your mind will tell you, you think you can do this thing. You believe you can do it. It's called the imposter syndrome. It can be very limiting, where you doubt yourself before other people even doubt you, where you discount yourself before people have discounted you. If you can win that battle, you can get a lot of opportunities. We'll come back and share some more. Constance, go ahead and add to the challenges. But when you add this challenge, please add solutions, because we are moving to what can we do to overcome these barriers. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Freki. So my colleagues have listed a lot of barriers, but the one on my head there, the limitations to opportunity. Persons with disabilities themselves are limitations to opportunities. Now I have to be very vocal and blunt here. It is of no news that the government agencies give slots according to the 5% allocated in the Act. And then they give it to a group of persons with disabilities to say, okay, we need persons with disabilities to take up these positions. But what happens? The same persons with disabilities block these opportunities from getting to other persons with disabilities. So I'm of the belief that before we begin to point fingers at the society, they say if you are pointing one finger, the remaining four is pointing back. Persons with disabilities themselves tend to obstruct opportunities for other persons with disabilities who are willing, who are ready, who have the knowledge to actually work towards ensuring that they grow themselves. So the solution, I think that we need to begin to call these persons out. The way we call our leaders by their names and say, so and so person, this policy does not align with for persons with disabilities, it's not inclusive. Let us begin to call our own leaders. Those leaders of persons with disabilities who are beginning to do these things that sideline us, who are giving these opportunities but keep it to themselves, we should begin to call them out. We need to identify the persons responsible and call them out appropriately, because sometimes we call the government or we call this private organization and they tell we have opportunities for you, we did this, we did that, but we didn't see you, there was no turn up. That's because a person with disability somewhere kept that opportunity and never told others about it. And it is also that they even give it out to persons without disabilities. So these are the issues. This is one of the barriers. This is one of the limitations towards getting opportunities for persons with disabilities, and it makes them not occupy space. Second, the knowledge gap. I will agree with what Barrister Florence has said. Laziness. As much as we are holding our disability leaders accountable, even persons with disabilities themselves are lazy. You put an opportunity out there with a link. Instead of them clicking on the link to say, oh, let me read up, they come back to ask you, what is it all about? I've had questions like that and it pisses me off, because I have given you an opportunity and you still want me. I've given you the yam, go and cook it. You want me to cook and still give it to you and feed you. So laziness as well. And I think that persons with disabilities need to begin to buckle up. If you want that 5%, you have to earn it. It is not because you have a disability, they should just give it to you on a platter of gold. No. Like I keep saying in different forums, no organization will employ you to run a loss. An organization will look at you and say, yes, they are going to run at a profit and not a loss. So we need to buckle up and begin to do better. If we want the society to accept us, we need to begin to do better and show that we can actually do better and not just keep on saying we have ability and disability. It's not by words of mouth, but it is by action. Thank you.
Yes, it is by action, and I like that we are doing the hard knocks, because Bold TV is not about self-peddling anything. We will talk to ourselves, we will talk to society, we will talk to government, we will talk to family, but first of all, we'll talk to ourselves. Because you see these things she said, honestly, I know that we have persons without disabilities listening, but I promise you that persons with disabilities are not a nuisance. Let me just put it out there. Please do not blanket every person with disability as mediocre or as a nuisance. I'm sure you've seen people prove themselves over and over again. And before I jump to Florence to add to this, the truth of the matter is that overcoming this barrier, and I will say anybody with a disability that finds themselves in a position to add value, do your part. Add that value. You'll be taking off the limits and be dismantling walls of barriers and biases that people have of persons with disabilities. Because whether we like it or not, when they see us coming, they've already formed an opinion. So when you take an opportunity, you have so many, how many are we in Nigeria? 30 million plus, riding on the back of that opportunity. That's how we begin to break the barriers. Because if you mess it up, you mess it up because it closes the door for other persons who may come in. So that's the one way to overcome barrier, is that if you find yourself an opportunity, please don't disgrace the rest of us. So that when they say, the other day we were employed and man, like you say, we ran at a loss, it became a problem. Because I've heard people talk about terrible work ethics of persons with disabilities, and I'm ashamed because I went there to go and advocate for persons with disabilities. So we have to speak to ourselves. And speaking to the one that she's talked about, some of the persons who hijack opportunities. My dear, I move the pod you. Last. You cannot do all. And there is a place for mentoring others. There's some programs that you don't need to go. Send somebody to go there and build herself. Now I understand the problem actually. For persons with disabilities, opportunities tend to come late, which is why I have a problem when a lot of young persons with disabilities are also still shying away. I'm like, when your eye open and you want the opportunity, you'll not be seeing 80 to 35, you not see I'm more than 35. This is the pain also, with our more than that will not be biting us in our body. So when I see young people and they're like, I'll be like, you're dodging now. It'll be like film. When you're ready, they would have moved ahead of you. So I understand sometimes that it's like, I did not see these opportunities. It's not that I've seen it, I must do all. But my best, you can almost pour yourself into other people. This is life. If you want to go, say Chinese proverb, you want to go forward and be far, go with others. You want to go this thing, go alone. I can't remember the proverb. Oh, you must carry others along. All right, let me move on. Florence, add one thing because everybody will add to solution. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, one of the solutions I want to add is that we should not just concentrate on the challenges, like what the society thinks and feel about us. We need to prove them wrong. And how do we prove them wrong? By developing ourselves, by doing what you find yourself doing, do it well. You do it well to an extent that even people who have doubted your abilities will come to appreciate you. Let me give a simple scenario. During NYC, I was posted to an organization. And the lady in that office looked at me and said, how can I take this kind of lawyer in the office? How will I send her? What will she do for me? That was the first time I experienced an obvious discrimination. So, but what I did is that, let me end this policy. So what I did then was that I was posted to the admin office. Sorry, I got distracted by the call. I was posted to the admin office instead of the law office because a lady refused to take me because of my disability. She did not even give me opportunity, to hear from me, to interview me and know whether you can do this. But I did my best in the admin office. The day I was leaving that organization, that woman looked at me and said, wow, I never knew that you could be this hardworking. I watched you in this organization, what you did. I still speak with, that is over 10 years ago, almost 15 years now. I still speak with people, my boss in the admin office. So I gave my best.
Okay, so she talked about the importance of doing your best where you find yourself, even when faced with an obvious discrimination. So Angelina, I'd like you to add to solution. We are on solution path now. So what would you like to prefer as a way to overcome the barrier or the limitation that may come with opportunity taking that women and girls with disabilities may face? Just one. Go ahead and unmute and speak to it.
Okay, thank you so much, Freaky. The barrier to overcome this limitation, I would say, and confidence. Do you know that as a person or woman with disabilities, we still have some people who are women or other person with disability who still discriminate another person with disability. Maybe you can't flow like other person with disability who speak in tongues or whatsoever. But the person who cannot flow very well is being pushed down, and they underrate the ability in that person. Because when that person who cannot flow very well like others has what it takes to contribute. But in this aspect, I will advise such a person, your voice and your choice. Stand firm. Believe in yourself that you can contribute and you have what it takes. Just believe in yourself and ask yourself, what can I do? This is not me. Show them results. They will see. And the same people that say you can't do this, these same people will come and say, how did you do it? So we need more strength. We need that self-esteem and confidence to overcome this, and it will help you to get the opportunity. Thank you so much, Freaky.
Thank you so much. She hit something. Self-esteem and self-confidence. It doesn't happen in a day. You would have to insist on it, build it. It's one thing that a lot of women with disabilities lack. And it now makes that imposter syndrome even more. Lack of self-confidence will not allow you to put yourself forward. It won't even allow you, when you have the opportunity, to put your best foot forward. There is something in you. There's no vacuum. In nature, there's no vacuum. You will have something to give back as value to society. So, Tomisin, I think you're the last person to talk about ways to overcome, or one way to overcome the limitation and barriers. Go ahead.
One way I would say is that as persons with disabilities, women and girls with disabilities, let's position ourselves in the right way, in the right position for opportunities. Do not exclude yourself from the disability community. I see a lot of people, when you say, there's a WhatsApp group, you need to join, they tell you, is it for persons with disabilities? And once you say, yes, I'm not joining, Jerry. Yeah, wallah is too much, So you cannot afford to exclude or isolate yourself from communities of women, other women and girls with disabilities, because what I know, you may not know. What I have, you do not have. And so when we bring all our access to information and opportunities together, you definitely see someone to benefit from it. And very quickly, I would say that institutions, the government, society, organizations, whoever is putting out an opportunity forward, let's begin to have inclusivity, accessibility in everything that we do. The world is a global space, and you can't afford to leave anyone behind in all your plans, in all your reforms, in all your vacancies, in all your opportunities that you are putting out there. And please make those opportunities equitable, because it's easy to say we are giving them equal form and all of that, but how equitable, how fair is that opportunity you are putting forward to a minority and vulnerable group like persons with disabilities? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tomisin. You spoke richly to persons with disabilities, and then you went and brought it back to society, doing their own part to ensure that the opportunities out there and that these opportunities are actually accessible. As we begin to wind down this episode, I just want to add something, because somebody will be thinking in her mind, people have gone far, how will I start? The thing is just that when we're talking about taking opportunities, we're not saying that you should go and move what's that rock in Abuja, Olumo Rock, or this you should do that, or
Zuma Rock.
Zuma, nobody's asking you to go and move.
Aso Rock.
Don't move any mountains.
Zuma Rock.
Please. We are just saying, take it one step at a time. For instance, you want to go into the world of sports, and you're like, how will I start? It's not starting by getting yourself fit, or even getting information is a starting point where you begin to get knowledge of, what it will take for me to do this or do that. So what we're saying is, in taking opportunities, the waiting game is not the best. There's an excuse not to do something. Let me explain. And you have valid reasons not to. But we need to rise above excuses and these seeming valid reasons. Fear, hey God, false evidence appearing real is a real thing, but even though it's false. However, sometimes you need to take the risk and just let me see how the other. Let me also see what is happening there. Now, this brings me to, because I could say so much, but I just want somebody to start today and start just small. And finally, I would say, if you do not see opportunity, begin to create them for yourself. Because in doing, you will gain mastery, you will gain expertise. So, for example, instead of waiting for you to be invited somewhere, invite yourself to that place. Let me give an instance. A model who is a model with disability, most modeling agencies, they will not write their persons with disabilities are encouraged to audition or even acting. They're not going to put them there because the standard of beauty sometimes does not include a person with disability. But imagine a person who has said, I want to be a model, and she sees the opportunity and she wants to take the opportunity. And she does not see that this line that they say persons with disabilities, people are looking for that line, persons with disabilities are encouraged to apply. Imagine, and this even happened in real life with a lady with disability. It was not there, but she showed up for the audition. She wore the white t-shirt and the blue jeans. And they were asking her, are you here to escort somebody? She said, no, sir, I'm wearing white t-shirts and blue jeans. I came to audition. Everybody started panicking. She came to audition. She came to audition. First of all, it made them to even understand that, okay, so they can be a model with the on which, yes, I am. And to cut the long story short, she actually got that modeling agency to work with her and do quite a bit. What am I saying? Sometimes the opportunity will not be labeled persons with disabilities are encouraged to apply, or women with disabilities, or women. Don't leave those labels. Just go there first. Let them discriminate. They will now know how far. Just put yourself out there. I have so much to say. Develop thick skin. Everybody will not like you. Everybody will not like you. And that you put yourself out there does not mean that they will say yes. Somebody should understand this. And a rejection should not stop you from putting yourself out there again. Because when you stop, and the world will continue to move. So if you try, you don't succeed. Again, prove your worth. Or you go back, you re-strategize and come back. And then finally, so that I will not be here for too long. The thing pains me. So I'm sure you can hear me now. Because you see, you put out an opportunity, someone now comes to the back, is it for persons with disability? What do you mean, is it for persons with disability? It is work. Are you qualified? Apply. Simple. You say, is it for persons with disability? Meaning what? They want charity all the time. A lot of people that make changes, it was not because it was accrued to them or it was for them. They went and they took it. So create those opportunities for yourself. And last, but absolutely not the least, because there's a lot to say, I will say believe in yourself. Oh, there is no vacuum in nature. And you are still here. There's something you can add. Don't cut yourself off before others cut you off. Start, and you will keep moving. Start, and you will keep moving. Okay? Oh, I want to add one more. Please be humble. Because pride is a problem as well. Waiting they want them me. Waiting I never hear. You don't know where opportunity. I say, hey, ask anybody that works in any professional institution. It's the cleaner that will tell you how far, what is happening inside. It's not the boss. It's the security man that will give you inside information that will help your quotation. Hey, so be humble, be humble. Me, I can tell you opportunities that came from places that people that did not believe. Just don't overrate yourself. You can, but you know, understand what I'm saying. Be humble, and you'll be amazed at the opportunities that you will see. Oh, one more. Opportunities may not be labeled opportunities, so you have to be very smart. It may not be written, take this over. It may not look like it, but it may be a door or a road to more doors. I don't know if you understand. So it may not look like where you want to go to, but it can be something that will lead you to meet somebody who will now get you to where you need to be. All right, I've said enough. So as we wind down, as you give your last comments, you just briefly tell us an opportunity that, just think of one opportunity that was very valuable to you that you took on. So I'm going to start with Angelina. At least you just came back from Russia. So tell us what happened there.
Okay, thank you so much, Freaky. The opportunity that make me where I am today is when when they discriminate me and they say I can't do anything, and I told myself no, I can do it. When they say I can't even have a degree, but I have a BSc. They say I can't even have MSc because my English is not good, but I proved them wrong. God help me, I have it today. And not just that, I believe in myself. So I'm encouraging everyone out there, please believe in yourself and tell yourself you can do something. And it works. It works like magic. Those people that put you down before will come back and say, how did you do it? And also believe in God, pray, be sincere, love, even when it hurts to love. Because there are people around you who will bring you down. What you don't even expect from them, they are the people that will make you make you feel as if you don't belong to this world, but love them and cherish every moment you have.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I want to speak from the angle of when you see an opportunity and you fail or fall, do not be afraid to take it again. So there's this opportunity that I have been longing for quite some time now. I remember 2016, 17, 18, 19. Okay, I did not apply in 2020. I applied in 2021. I didn't apply in... did I apply? Yeah, I applied in 2022. And then I got the opportunity in 2023. So that's to tell you that do not be afraid. Sometimes when these opportunities, when they reject you, they want you to be better. They want you to come back with substance. So do not be afraid to fall. Do not be afraid of rejection, like Frankie has said earlier. Thank you.
Wow, that is tenacity. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Didn't have 2020, 2022. I'm going to think 2023. Oh, wow. Okay, I've learned something because I'm tenacious, but this is wow. This is dogged. Congratulations. I know the opportunity. Congratulations.
Beautiful viewers out there, I just want to clear your doubt that we're not all women who have tried and we just succeeded, though. We kept trying and trying, and it brought us to this point. So if you fail, try again. We have all failed at some point. So sometimes mine started as family, and it's the whole story. I went ahead, I got my BSc, my B.Ed in education, just like Angela. I also did, and now I am in the disability space. How did I even find myself in the disability space? I just saw one application like that. Oh, apply for the post of a communication person. I did not even know what it was, but I know I studied English anyway, so I was like, English communication, and I applied and I got it. And ever since then, it has opened me up to better opportunities. Any opportunity I see, now this is one thing, any opportunity I see, unless I did not see it, but any opportunity I see, I apply. I can apply for 15 applications in a year, or in the months in 1 year, and bet you I will get 12 out of the 15. And that is how I've been able to build myself. So when you see an opportunity, whether it is stated person with disability, person without disability, even if they say it is 35 and you are 36, apply. They will still take you as long as you do so well. So never give up. Believe in yourself. The society will not wait for you. The society is not going to wait for us. So we need to speed up to catch up with society. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, it's interesting to know that we all have similar stories. I have tried a couple of opportunities and failed. I've tried a couple and succeeded. But I want to share one of the most recent ones. I heard about the Chibney Scholarship, I think in 2017 or thereabout. I kept struggling with whether to apply or not to apply. The imposter syndrome is very real for women with disabilities, but you have to believe in yourself and, take some positive steps. I gave it a try. The first time in 2019, I was selected for the interview, but I was not selected. Then in 2020, I tried again. I was not even invited for an interview. I almost gave up. But with encouragement from some of my friends, I tried again and I got selected. For a lot of us that know, we know that it's not just a main fit. Like, it gave me the opportunity to go to the UK to study. And some of the reasons that I had, or the excuses I had was, my age. I left school 15 years ago. What nonsense masters, stay back, build your career, do this. No, that is not a very good thing. I took that step. Even with my age, I graduated with a distinction. So I know that persons with disabilities, we have the potentials. We have a lot of opportunities. There are scholarship opportunities, there are fellowship opportunities, there are job opportunities. Take an initiative. See, the phone or whatever device you are using, Google is your friend. So ladies with disabilities, let's keep growing. Let's keep, building capacity so that when the opportunity comes, it will meet us prepared. When you prepare yourself, nothing, not even the discrimination, your preparation will pull down the walls of the barriers and pull down all the biases.
So awesome contribution. Thank you so much, Florence, for speaking passionately, sharing your story and how you take on opportunities. So we've said a lot today. Keep this episode, continue to go back to it. The faces you see here are not made women. We are women who are in progress. We continue to move until we die. We make impacts. And remember the theme for this year, no grief for anybody. So take on opportunities. If there's no opportunity, make the opportunity or put yourself out there. One step, one day, one moment at a time. Key thing is to start. And we encourage you and we assure you that even if you are rejected, just continue to go. As long as you have breath, you have value to add. They've said so much. So if you need these opportunities, you can always reach out. Me, I will still ask them. And ladies, if you have opportunities, please do send. We share to different platforms. As is to at least continue to put it out there, receive and encourage persons to take on opportunities. Remember, we said opportunities taking, we're speaking about is not related or limited to disability space. It's not even limited to education. It's not even limited to professional. It can be personal development. It can be skills. It can anything. Skills development, really anything. Just take it on. Make sure that at every point in time, you're adding some kind of value to your life because you never know when you need it. If I share stories, you will be shocked. So this has been an amazing episode of Bold TV. Remember, we come to you every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. You can see this episode and past episodes on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Bold Hearts Network. You could also check out this episode and past episodes on our YouTube channel. There you will want to subscribe, hit the notification button so that you can know when we have a new episode. And that's www.youtube.com/@BoldTV_Bold Heart. It's all there on the screen. And if you want to write to us, either you want to be a guest on the program, and please, our guests are either women with disabilities or women who have expertise or opinions on different topics. You can write to us on boldheartsnetwork.info@gmail.com. If you have any feedback, go ahead as well. Finally, we need your support financially to continue to stay on air. So reach out to any of the co-hosts and we will get back to you on how you can be part of it. You can even sponsor episodes. Feel free. As long as the topic is topical and important for us, we will take it on. We're not politicians at all. So we're non-partisan. So I need to put that out there. Even though we speak about politics, we're non-partisan. All right, so ladies, thank you so much for bringing great value to this topic and bringing great depth to the conversation. So until we see y'all next week, please unmute and say au revoir. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
And happy International Women's Day in advance. Till next week. Bye. Next week. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
This is Bold TV.